Hello everybody. Well, as you can see, I'm up on the hill again, and today it's a little bit more packed than it was before. There is tons of bikes up here. There's a fair amount of Gixxers as well in this little bit. Look at the state of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot. I think a couple more down there. But yeah. So I'm going to talk about the biking community, because it's fucking awesome. Yeah, I know people probably talked about this a lot, but fuck it. It's a good thing, it's worth talking about a lot. Yeah, when you get a bike, when I first got a bike, I didn't really consider any community part to it. And then as you start sort of just doing things, whatever, on your bike, you start getting to talk to people and learn about sort of little hangouts and things like that. I mean, I know there will be shops like this, but my local bike shop that I'm heading to now, I'm heading to it for no other reason than just to have a chat. Right? Okay, so yes, okay, I'm just sorry. Someone suggested that this area was a bit affluent at some point, and well, given that in yesterday and today I've seen a very nice Lamborghini, but I had no audio, but this one. And I've seen 3 Ferraris, Maserati, and what else? Something else, I can't remember what it was now, a bit more unusual. But yeah, anyway, just say yes, you're probably right. I think that is a fair amount of supercars to be seen in one area, so maybe, yes. When you get to talk to people on bikes, I mean, of course, with any group of people, there is some people that they're not in for it, they're not a very friendly person generally, and maybe they're a bit, I don't know, they're not very confident, open person, and they don't like talking to other people, and also can be very sort of, it's only 125, you're not a real biker, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. But the vast majority are the nicest, kindest, generous, caring people you'll ever meet. You ever have a problem and you've got a bike, you go to your local bike shop, you start speaking to people. When I went to my local bike garage, I need to address a issue with my back wheel, being that it has a missing spoke and has had for a while, but it's not a big deal, but it's something I'd like to sort out. And I'm trying to work out what would be better, to get a new hub and get a new set of spokes and get someone to lace it for me, versus buying a whole new wheel. Now, the advantage of the whole new wheel is it costs twice as much as the spokes, so it's not that expensive really if you think about it, because the spokes are going to be the cheapest bit. It would be an advantage getting a new hub, so it probably would make more sense to get a whole new wheel. But anyway, the reason I'm saying about this is because I popped in my local bike garage and just had a quick chat and said, do you know when to lace his wheels? And the grumpy old man in there said, no. That was it, no. Okay, fine. All the other guys, they're really friendly. He's just a bit of a grumpy git, you know what I mean? They get some young whippersnapper starts interfering with them and asking them questions. But in doing that, I spoke to another biker who was in there at the time. It was a customer, and just said, oh, I know a guy who does it sort of because he knows how to do it. He just does it himself, and I guess it earns him a little bit of extra money. And gave me his number, and so he's put me in contact with him, and it's that sort of just thoughtfulness. He went out of his way. He'd never met me before. Turns out he used to work for my grandfather many years ago and knew lots of people that I knew, and knew quite a lot of my family, but that's by the by. He was offering to do this before we even found that out. It was only through chatting that we actually discovered that. And then the other side is like, stopping for people when you break down. I've never been in a situation where a biker would need to stop for me to see if I was okay, thankfully. But I do it all the time. When I did it yesterday's story is a doozy of a story, because it took me a while to realise what happened after it happened, if you see what I mean. So I'm going down a very steep road up that hill, and on the other side of the road there's a guy on a KTM. I can't actually say what model it was. It was a Supermoto type, but it looked like it had some fairing missing, and it was quite rounded, which was weird for a KTM. I couldn't work out what it was, but anyway, he's going up the hill, I'm going down the hill, and he sat there at the side of the road having a bit of a problem trying to sort of play with his bike on a hill and not go flying backwards. So I stopped on the other side somewhere safe and just went over and said, "You alright, mate?" And he said, "Yeah, it's just died on me, I don't know why." And I was like, "Okay," and he tried turning it over, and it was turning over at a reasonable speed. It sounded like it had compression and everything, it sounded fine, but it wasn't going. And I first thought kill switch. I thought, no, the kill switch is on, or off, as it were. And I said, "Sounds like fuel to me, mate." He's like, "No, it's got fuel in it." Leans over the side, he's looking down here, checking his fuel tap, comes back to starting it again. Instantly, seems fine. And it's taking a little bit of time just to get itself in its rhythm. It was just a bit spitty for a minute. And it took me about 10 minutes to realise what had happened. And when I did, I was like, "You fucking bastard!" What had happened was he turned his fuel tap on, is what he'd done. I couldn't believe I didn't realise that was what he'd done at the time. But he clearly left his fuel tap off and it died halfway up the hill. Or at least he had it on full tank, and the tilt meant that it wasn't picking up enough fuel, although generally I think the feed to the bottoms of tanks for that reason, sort of towards where it would naturally sit. I don't know. But yeah, that tap certainly had something to do with it, which is very funny. But the point of the matter is, I stopped to see if he was okay. He was alright, and he got going before I left. So it was good. But it's just sort of things like that that is really, really nice. And then, of course, you've got the motovlogging community, because, and I have to say, the motovlogging community is the group of the nicest people you will ever meet. And I know people say that, but seriously, every single vlogger I've spoke to has been funny, intelligent, down to earth. So if you're a vlogger, well done, you're a nice person. If you're a motorcyclist, well done. You choose to join the right group. Because trust me, if you're in a car, unless you've got tits, no one's pulling over you. Anyway, bit of a random one, I know, but whatever. Alright people, I will catch you all next time.